Hello, welcome back guys to another video. This video is for all the SRCC GBO aspirants जो आप इस साल अगर SRCC GBO का एंट्रेंस एग्जाम दे रहे हैं तो मैंने इस साल के टॉपर जो हैं उनको पकड़ के आपके लिए बिठा दिया है एंड दे आर नाउ गोइंग टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस ऑन SRCC GBO preparation, right? This is not just limited to SRCC GBO. I'm sure this will help you in different exams, different strategies, and of course, all the GDPIs that you will take. So make sure you watch this video till the end because they are here giving out their valuable time out of their college and they're trying to help you. Right, so make sure you watch this video till the end and you share this as well. Let's start with the introduction first. Par, maybe you can go first and then all of us can introduce ourselves.
So hi everyone, my name is Par Uswani. I'm a Delhiite and I'm a business economics graduate from Sri Guru Nanak Dev Khalsa College, Delhi University. And I'm a fresher. However, I did a few internships in marketing and finance domains while I was pursuing my graduation. And my All India rank in SRCC GBO 22 was 1.
Hi everyone, my name is Ronak Singh Taneja. I am from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. I am a graduate with hotel management with the Oberoi Group. Post my hotel management graduation, I recently worked with American Express for about 2.5 years, where I've worked in their travel domain as well as their credits team as well. Yeah, so that's about me, and my All India rank was 2 in the SRCC GBO 2022.
Hello everyone, my name is Shorodip Datta and I'm from Kolkata. So my All India rank in SRCC GBO 2022 exam is 4. And prior to joining GBO, I had a work experience of 30 months, that is 2.5 years in PwC. And before working, I did my graduation from Jadavpur University, Kolkata. I graduated as a power engineer from there.
So hello everyone, my name is Harsh Singh and I'm from Lucknow. I am a BCom honors graduate from Lucknow University and I graduated in the year 2021. After that, I joined SRCC GBO and I'm currently pursuing a full-time MBA course here.
Okay, great. I mean, we have AIR 1, AIR 2, 4 and 8 and now they're going to reveal their secrets. So let's start with the first question. One of the most asked question again is how to prepare for SRCC GBO in this 30 to 60 days window.
So I would like to take up that question. I think the key to clear GBO entrance is speed and accuracy. The level of questions are from easy to moderate level. And there are a few questions which can be done within a few seconds only. Like you'll read the question and you know the answer. But these kind of questions are spread across all the sections. So you need to go through the whole paper and not get stuck in any particular question or any particular section. Also, there is no time limit for one section, but still what I did was divide time equally for all the sections. Also, I think there are two types of candidates. The first type is who have given all the entrance examinations, MBA entrance examination, CAT and all. So for them, I would suggest just give online mocks, a whole mock, at least 1 mock per day and 3 to 4 sectional mocks and analyze them properly. For the second time, who have to start from the scratch, I think since only 30 days are left, for the first 15 days, you can focus on the syllabus. Obviously, you don't have to cover the whole syllabus, just 60 to 70%. And in that also, just focus on easy to moderate level questions, not the complex one. And for the next 15 days, at least 2 mocks per day. And I think 5 to 6 section marks would be enough.
Yeah, so I guess most of the points have been covered by my friend Pav. So I'd like to touch up few more things regarding this exam. So we have only around a month left for this exam. And I think the strategy that I used to follow is, I started any exams preparation with a mock. And I think mock is the best tool to analyze for this, for any entrance exam, be it CAT, ZAT, IFT. In fact, SRCC GBO is also not an exception. So just start, whatever be your level of preparation, just start with one mock and analyze it very carefully. I think if you just analyze it very judicially, then I think it will help you a lot to, improve. It will help you to determine your strengths and weaknesses. So in my case, what happened was that my weakness was in the verbal portion. So I used to take a lot of time in solving the questions again, irrespective of whether I was able to solve it on the real time, on the exam time. But what happened is that when you are analyzing the questions, even the questions which are, you seem that it can be done in the exam, when you're analyzing it, you'll be able to understand that, okay, I could have solved it in a better way. Maybe a shortcut trick would help to save time. So make a note. Just, you can make those notes and just note that these particular type of questions can help you to increase the marks. Another important aspect is of SRCC GBO is that there is statistics. Statistics is one section which it's one of the very few exams which focuses on the stat part also. I think 3 to 4 questions are asked from the past 3 to 4. I think for the past 2 to 3 years, around 2 to 3 questions are asked from the statistics portion, and it will the questions, the level of the questions that are asked in the stats is very easy. So if you just follow some of the basic YouTube videos, or maybe do some Google research about mean, median, mode, these kind of questions, then you can easily get around 9 to 12 marks.
No, I think that those are very good points, and probably Parv and Rona can tell what were the marks for AR1, AR2 last time. So what was the range of the marks that we guys will we guys should look at for this year, Parv?
So my score in the written examination was 380 out of 640, and my rank was 15 in the written examination. After GDPI, the cumulative it was rank 1.
Yeah, so speaking about me, I got a score of about 390. I don't know the exact. My rank was 5th in the written examination, and overall I got a rank of 2nd. So yeah, so GDPI, my rank got a better with the help of GDPI.
Okay, that's great. One question I think I want to now direct towards is probably you have prepared, you have given mocks, you have prepared, but I think most of the people who do not make it to the exam are, even after they are well equipped, बहुत लोग ये गलती करते हैं कि वहां जाके क्या कैसे खेलना है उस पिच पे वो स्ट्रैटेजी बनाना भूल जाते हैं, राइट? So if anyone of you can answer that to our audience on what should be your exam day strategy.
One thing which is very common for every examination, that you should remain calm on the last day. That's the most important thing, because I see a lot of people standing outside the examination hall going through their notes. Frankly, you've studied for the whole year, you don't require that last minute push, but whatever helps you. So firstly, you need to remain very calm. That's the most important thing. Speaking about SRCC exam precisely, so as mentioned by Parv and Sauradeep as well, that there are 4 sections. So 40 marks, 40 questions for each section. So firstly, you should know the art of leaving the questions. You should know which questions you need to attempt and which questions you need to leave, because in the middle there would be some questions which would act as an anchor for you. They are deliberately put there just to see what type of decisions you can make during the examinations. Like for example, during our time, there were in quantitative techniques, there were about, I would say, 10 to 12 questions which you were not supposed to do, because they would take about 3 to 4 minutes per question, and you just get 40 seconds to attempt. So this is common for every section, that there would be some questions which would be taking a lot of time. You need to ignore those questions and take up questions which you can easily attempt. And trust me, 80% of the paper would be like that, which you can attempt it in 30 to 40 seconds. So this was my exam day strategy. I knew that what questions I need to attempt and what questions I need to leave.
I would like to carry it forward what Ronak has said. First of all, it is very important, as Ronak has said, that it is very important to keep your calm, right? You don't want to be a hot pot entering into the exam hall. First of all, at the end of the day, it is an aptitude exam, right? There might be some questions which you haven't practiced throughout your mocks, throughout your preparation for SRCC GBO, but they might pop up in the LR section, and your mind actually is well equipped to answer those questions, right? But since you have bugged up your mind so much through procrastinations or something like negative thoughts or something, you won't be able to attempt them effectively, right? Apart from this, the D-Day strategy is very much simple. There are some landmines in between your steps towards the end of the question paper. You don't need to step on every question that you see. First of all, you need to be very clear regarding the attempts that you need to make as soon as you see the question paper throughout. You should get an idea where you stand in the at that particular point in time. You don't want to stretch yourself too much, and in the process of that, attracting negative marks. For example, if someone is attempting 100 questions, if only 50 out of them or 60 out of them go correct, there is no use of attempting 100 questions in true sense.
Okay. I think the most asked question again by aspirants is, which of course I think 4 of you and I also asked our seniors and co-aspirants was what are the best books, mocks and courses? What do you want to refer to them? Or if you could just say the truth out loud, that what did you follow in your time? in terms of the books, mocks, and the courses that you might have taken?
So as far as the books, courses, and mocks are concerned, so I enrolled for mock zone entrance exam prep. So there's one faculty whose name is Shivam Gupta. So he's one of the key faculties of mock zone, and he used to take certain live classes in under the SRCC GBO entrance exam prep. And I used to give mocks. There were, I think, around 5 to 6 mocks that was included in as a part of the SRCC GBO course, and also that included GD and PI preps, which I'll come later. But as far as the preparation is concerned, he used to take certain live Zoom sessions, live classes in the form of Zoom sessions, and I think I'll say this to every aspirant that irrespective of the course that you're buying, you shouldn't miss out any of the live classes, because there is certain a subtle kind of competition is built in the live classes. Suppose a faculty is posting some question and they are asking you to solve this question in 3 minutes. Then if you are if you miss that class, then you won't have that feel, because the feel of competition is created from that live class itself. So of course mocks plays a very important role, but in addition to this, I think live classes are very important. Number one, because there are certain questions which are exam favorite, like SRCC GBO for the past 2 to 3 years have been asking questions, like especially in, I think in the LR section, there are the questions, the puzzle questions and the case lists that were asked, those were not difficult, but those were asked in a twisted way. So if you know the correct way to solve, correct approach to solve, then not only will it save time, but also it will add more marks, and it will help you to get a good overall score. So mock zone is one thing which I prepared, and in addition to this, I used to solve, seeing the paper pattern for the last 2 to 3 years of SRCC GPO, especially for the quant and DI section. I used to follow the last 2 to 3 years previous year questions of IFT and CAT, because I think that the level of the quant and DI have been increasing, in a gradual way. So I think it's better to take few sample papers from previous year questions from other exams like IFT, CAT. You can solve also level 1 or level 2 questions. As far as quant is concerned, I also solved Arun Sharma level 1 or level 2, LOD 1, LOD 2 level of questions can also help. So this was my strategy.
So I would like to carry this forward. So the books, mocks, and courses to refer really depend upon where you are actually in the two mentioned categories previously set by Per. So if you have been appearing for other management entrance exams, you might have some preparation material already with you. Okay, and you might also be enrolled in some sort of a coaching or guidance apparatus or something. So first of all, you need to understand that for each and every section, the material needs to be really much rigorous, because the variety needs to be covered as far as the difficulty level is also concerned, as well as the variety is also concerned. Variety is of equal importance. Sardeep also mentioned that in quant section, you might get questions from statistics. I don't think of many entrance examinations in India, management entrance examinations in India, which can give you questions from statistics. So this tells you the variety that SRCC GBO entrance exam focuses upon. So I guess for quant, Arun Sharma's book, correctly mentioned by Sauradeep, I corroborate his words. Secondly, for VARC, Word Power Made Easy book was something that helped me really very much for building my vocab. And the verbal ability booster by Arun Sharma again. For LR, the RS Agarwal's verbal and non-verbal reasoning book. So it is so much, voluptuous from visuals, but it scares you. Actually, the number of pages scare you. But the variety of questions covered in that particular book actually give you every sort of weapon in your artillery to fire upon in the the question paper that might appear on the D-Day. So this is something that is very important to cover the variety. Mocks, I again purchased mocks from Mock Zone. The mocks were really good. The analysis as well as the quality of questions that they were giving were really good. So I was scoring somewhere between 360 to 370 in their mocks, and I actually ended up scoring close to that particular score range in the actual exam.
I bought, I think, R.S. Agarwal for quant, and for English, of course, word power made easy, but I would suggest not to focus on vocab. I would suggest just to read and read a lot. And English is obviously built in time. If you are preparing for the last 30 days, for English, just focus on mocks and not on any book per se. And not just for English, don't focus on any books as of now for the students who are preparing for 23. Of course, for students who are just preparing for other examinations and they have a lot of time, they can go for R.S. Agarwal or the books mentioned by Harsh or Saurabhi. There are good sources.
Okay, and I also agree with Harsh on the word bar made easy. I think no matter what you're doing in life, buy that book, keep that with you, and read it through twice or thrice. At least your vocab will be stronger over time. Even that book cannot help you in within 30 days or within 20 days. But the kind of book that it is and the kind of strategy that they tell you to prepare words, I think that's the best. But I think yeah, Parv is also right. You don't have to mug up words for the next 30 days and forget it. Focus on the mocks if you're giving 2023 exam. But if you're giving probably have 1 year or more, you can easily do that. Let me jump on to the next question which I have, which is I think really is going to help the aspirants again on the focus areas or the topics, right? अब ये 4 sections हैं जो कि publicly brochure में भी होते हैं, पर इन 4 sections में से कौन से topics हैं जो repeatedly आते आए हैं या फिर आपने you guys prepared specially for those topics? So do you want to give for the next 30 to 60 days roadmap in terms of the topics or the kind of sections that the candidate should focus on?
Yeah, so I'd like to take up this question. So first of all, I'd like to talk about the exam overall, and then we can talk about the particular sections. Starting for the exam, first of all, it's a very common thinking that this exam is very similar to CAT. Yeah, a lot of people say so, but since I have seen both the examinations, you can trust me on this. This exam is a bit different than CAT. First of all, we need to make this very clear. In terms of the examination, if we compare, it is quite similar to SNAP and NMAT, I would say. Because the strategy here which we adopt is totally different. Like starting with, say, the English part, which is the VARC part. For example, if you take the example of CAT, you just prepare for RCs, a bit of para jumbles, and you're through with the examination. If you get these two sections right, you still can get 99 percentile. While we talk about SRCC GBO, this is not the case. You need to have a grasp at short RCs because usually the exam has really short RCs. Last year we had 4 short RCs. You need to also be aware about the vocabulary part. Vocabulary is not there in CAT, which is there in SRCC as previously mentioned by Parv as well. Then you also need to be very comfortable with the grammar part as well, like the fill in the blanks, tenses, verbs. So these are the things which you need to prepare specifically for SRCC and not for CAT. So if you want to prepare for SRCC, you need to emphasize on these topics as well in terms of VRC. Coming on the LR part. So here LRDI are 2 different sections, which is not there in case of CAT. LR is totally different when it comes to this examination because here you have questions from clocks, calendars. These are very favorite topics for SRCC exam setters. You get questions from clocks, calendars, you get seating arrangement, linear arrangement, circular arrangement. These type of questions, again, you don't get in CAT. So you need to get very comfortable with these topics as well in terms of logical reasoning. Going to DI, this is a section which the difficulty has been varying quite a lot. Last year, this section was very calculation intensive. In terms of DI, if we speak about, again, totally different from CAT. DI in CAT is totally different ballgame. It is a combination with LR as well. But here, DI is a separate section which just involves faster calculations. If you're good in calculations, percentage, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, you will totally ace this section. So DI, you need to prepare it like this. If you are faster in calculation, trust me, this section would be sorted for you. Coming down to quants, like in CAT, I'm just comparing this examination again with CAT because most of the CAT giving examination would be appearing for SRCC, I'm assuming that. So if we talk about the quants part, in CAT, like you prepare algebra, arithmetic, and geometry, you're done. Like you can easily get 99.5 plus percentile if you ace these 3 sections, which like as previously mentioned by Shauradeep, which is not the case here. You need to prepare for stats. You need to prepare for a bit of a probability. You'll get easy questions on this, but you need to have you should at least know the basic formulas for it. So there is certain step which is, I would not say this exam is nowhere in terms of difficulty, it's nowhere close to CAT. But the number of topics which are required, that are on a much broader scale. In like, you also need to prepare a bit about permutation and combination as well. I prepared for that, and we didn't get a question, but last year, which was 2021, got one question from permutation combination as well, as far as I remember. So you just need to touch upon these topics. Don't deep delve into it. Just touch upon all these topics and you'll sail through. So in all 4 sections, these are the topics which how I did, and it was quite successful for me. So that's about it.
Okay, no, I think this is really, really helpful, Ronak. Thank you so much for such a well thought of answer for the aspirants. One thing I would like to ask all of you: is there any public domain website or something that gives out the previous year questions of GBO? I've seen a couple of channels or a couple of websites doing it, but did you guys prepare for any previous year question papers? Because I get a lot of questions on that.
Yeah. So what happens is that previous year, like take the example of mock zone. Many students enroll into their questions.
Right.
So once SRCC releases the answer key, they have all the questions written there. So usually the student who's preparing send it to their teacher, and he can use it for the next year students as well. So this is how the question paper from the last year you can get it. Like usually the coaching teachers have it with them. And to add one more point, there is a site CrackU which has a mock, which they set it as a previous year question. They've created a mock with all the previous year questions. So if you want to get a grasp of it, you can just give that mock. That mock is free. The mock which they of the previous year question. So you can give that, and that would suffice as well.